Hi, my name's Maz. I'm one of the tutors here at the Vegetarian Society Cookery School, and today I'm going to show you a really lovely, tasty, non-yeasted flatbread. So this is super easy and quick for you to do in 10 minutes. So I've got my flour, nice pinch of salt and water. So I've got half as much water as flour. So I've got 100 grams of flour and 50 mils of water. Now I'm using hot water because this helps the dough start to process and come together a lot quicker. I'm also going to add a drop of oil in here. And the result I'm looking for as I bring my dough together is a nice clean bowl. So I'm giving it a good mix, about a teaspoon of oil, and that will give me a super soft, lovely dough. So I've got a nice clean bowl now, so I'm ready to knead. Flat of my hand, pushing out, stretching the dough. We're going to end with a lovely, soft dough. So with the 100 grams of flour to 50 mils of hot water, this can either make you 3 smaller flatbreads or 2 big ones. I quite like the smaller ones, and then I can eat 2 and I feel like I'm having more. I'm going to knead this for 5 minutes now. I've kneaded my dough for 5 minutes. I'm going to split it into my flatbreads. So I wanted 3 smaller ones. 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to knead those into balls. I'm going to let them rest for about 30 minutes. So I'm just going to cover those with a tea towel and come back to them in 30 minutes. So I'm going to roll out our lovely, soft, rested flatbreads. Touch of flour on the board. Because these are so soft, I'm going to start with my fingers. I'm going to try and keep them in a circle. I've got plenty of flour on the board, so I'm going to use that on my rolling pin. So as I'm rolling out, the dough is going to shrink a tiny bit. So as I turn it, it gives it that 2 or 3 seconds just to have a shrink. And hopefully I'll end up with a nice round flatbread. My pan has been on for a little while. I want that to be nice and hot, and I'm just going to give it a test before I cook the flatbread. So I keep turning. As I mentioned earlier, I prefer a smaller flatbread. Then I can eat more, and they're quite good when I'm serving people with smaller appetites. So I want this to be about 2 millimeters. My pan's on hot. I'm going to give that a test with a splash of water. That's steaming away straight away. I'm going to go in with my flatbread. I'm dry frying my flatbread today. You can use a drop of oil if you want. And this should cook quite quickly. You'll see the change in colour. And very traditionally we do a dab. So we just dab around to make sure the flatbread is in contact with the heat, so we get nice even cooking. There will be some bubbles forming as well. So the colour is starting to change on the flatbread, and you can see some bubbles starting to form. There's many traditional ways to cook these flatbreads. This is the way that I was taught, and it works really well for me. Nice and puffed up. Time to turn. Lovely golden colour, but I do want to make sure that that flatbread is cooking, so I'm just patting it down to keep it in contact. And it's going to go lovely and golden brown. It looks so tasty. Smells great. So if I'm making a big pile of these, as this one is cooking, I'll be rolling my next one out so I get a nice production line of cooking my flatbreads. I've got a quite high heat here, so they're cooking pretty quickly. There we go. That's all done. Beautiful golden puffy flatbread. Sometimes I give these a little coating of butter or margarine. As you can see, they're lovely and flaky, and I can't resist. I'm going to have a quick nibble straight away. Soft. That little bit of salt really helps. Yummy.